Okay, hello. I tried filming a unboxing video recently and something happened to the file. It was about 15 minutes long and I filmed it in one clip and something happened around the 10-minute mark. I don't really know what happened. There was no indication when I was filming, but later on when I was going to watch the clip, it sort of just collapsed, or after a while I couldn't, I don't know, something happened to the clip, so I couldn't upload it. So I thought that I would watch some of those things and then come back and talk about them after I had seen them instead. And along with those few unboxing Blu-rays and DVDs, some of the ones from that unboxing, I have some other stuff as well. So this is going to be a bit of a random mix. And I'll try to come back and do this a bit more frequently from now on, hopefully. I've been gone for a while once again, for various reasons, really. I mean, part of the reason has been because I haven't been able to watch, or well, I haven't been able to buy a lot of movies. And for whatever reason, this year has been a bit more difficult for me mentally. And when I struggle mentally, I also struggle to kind of sit back with myself and relax with my own thoughts and watch a film. And so, but I've come back to it more. I mean, the last month, it's July 3rd today, and I've been watching a ton of films in June. So I'm trying to make up for it. I'm trying to feel a bit better. I'm a little bit all over the place. I think I'm inevitably gonna miss a few things here. But one more thing I want to mention before I get on with the the update is that I don't have a computer a computer on which I can edit at the moment. So I have to do that on my phone, or I have to film unedited clips, and I hope you can forgive my laziness at the moment. I'm just gonna keep these unedited, and because that whole thing happened before, I'm gonna keep these under 10 minutes long. I'm just gonna have to do a couple different parts. I hope that's okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to be a bit more brief than usual, because the videos are gonna excuse my stuttering, the videos are gonna be so short. So I don't want to I don't just want to talk about a couple Blu-rays per video, although knowing me, I've already rambled on for a while. That tends to happen, but I'll try my best to keep these reviews or these talks down. But this was one of the unboxings, the Day of the Dolphin. Not that great. I mean, it's a pretty bad film. It's pretty charming in a certain way. I was reminded of E.T. because the film, this is not really a spoiler because it happens early on, but the dolphins speak in this film. And if you thought that E.T. was cheesy, well, wait until you see this, the Day of the Dolphin. Then there's a big, some kind of heist plot, or not a heist plot, but a spy plot that I just could not get into, and I didn't really enjoy this film at all. So I've actually listed this for sale. So this is not gonna stay in the collection. This was a birthday gift. I've been going through this. I started Thursday and I finished on Saturday. So I was watching nothing but this for a few days, and I had a lot of fun with it. This is Toshiki Toyota, 2005 to 2021. You can see the 6 titles here. They are quite short in length. They're 377 minutes long, which is about, I guess about an hour each. Although Hanging Garden is about 2 hours. Go Seppuku Yourself, and Wolf's Calling, they're about 22 minutes each, maybe. Well, this is like 16. This is 26. So they're quite short. Some people have complained that they are a bit underdeveloped, and I think that's a bit unfair. I think Toyota is very genuine in his approach. He settles for a few juxtapositions or a few ideas that he can sort of pin together against each other, or whatever the expression is. He kind of, anyway, puts them aside, and it's too much to really sum up. But I feel like his approach is very genuine, in the sense that he films the things he wants to film. He doesn't have 3 epilogues. If he wants to make a film that's only 1 hour long, he's gonna do that. So it's and Anyway, I really like these a lot. This was a birthday gift. I may have said that. My birthday was a month ago, but it's taken a while for them to arrive, so I have a couple more arriving soon. I think The Hanging Garden might be my favorite. That was the first one I saw. They're so interesting in terms of editing and cinematography. There is another box set, The Early Years, which I really regret not buying because it was really cheap for a while from Arrow. I think they sold it for about £15, and I wasn't interested at the time. But the films included on that set, except for one, are released separately, so I'm gonna have to try and track those down. But overall, a great experience going through those films. The Lighthouse, second run Blu-ray, was another birthday gift. I have two more on the way, which I'm very much looking forward to. Yeah, this was very interesting. The significance, the sort of metaphorical significance of the lighthouse is it works on multiple levels. It's Armenia, takes place in Armenia. This young woman, she goes back to a war-torn country in the 90s to try and convince her family to follow her to Russia, where the conflict is not, as significant. Or it's safer. And she finds that maybe there are more important things. I mean, well, you can kind of the lighthouse is both like it beckons, and it also warns you about danger. So I feel like those two things are explored really well. There's also a short film called I don't remember, Farewell, which I struggled a little bit with. But the film The Lighthouse, the main feature, is very compelling and very beautifully shot. Some of the drama, some of the character development, I wasn't a crazy big fan of, but overall it's a nice movie. The People Next Door, another second run indicator release. Eli Wallach, it's a bit of a generational drama where recreational drugs are sort of in the forefront. Like the young generation's drugs, LSD, marijuana, they're bad drugs, but the older generations, their barbiturates and their alcohol, those are fine because they're legal. So it sort of explores that idea, and this was very much an issue in 1970, I suppose. After a very tumultuous decade, it feels like a story of its time. I liked this. I wrote a pretty poor review on Letterboxd. I do my best, but I'm not usually that happy with whatever I can manage to write or whatever. But I suppose you can read that if you're interested in my thoughts. Okay, we're already on 8 minutes. I think I can talk about one more, and then I'm gonna have to move on to part 2. Silence, a film by Pat Collins. It's a film. You have this character. He lives in Berlin, or in somewhere in Germany, I think Berlin, and he goes back to Ireland. He's like a sound recorder, so he's seeking to, for one reason or another, he's seeking to record silence, or a lack of sound. And through this process of going back to his home country, in which he hasn't been for a while, he explores its history. And it's one of those films. It's a very slow film, a very minimal film with a minimal plot, and the scenes linger. And after a while, you're starting to see things that aren't necessarily on screen. Like if you film something for long enough or in a certain way, and you keep it going, nothing much is happening until something is. You start to see something on the screen, because when the film uses time in that way, you can kind of sit with those scenes as an audience member or as a viewer, and think about what they mean, and then have some kind of a revelation. I think I get that shot now. Anyway, a very interesting ending too, which taps into the history. I don't think it's a film for everyone, but I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna pause right here and go to part 2.